Hey, ladies, happy Monday. We are officially into our first day of fasting. Actually, it's coming to an end. Some of us should be at hour 22, 23, or maybe even 24. I promise you, it gets better as we go along. So, we're going to jump right into this. Thank you so much for joining me in this 3-day water fast. I like to call it our immunity reset. Fasting basics for women over 40. Let's jump into it. So, some of you are meeting me for the very first time. Some of you may have been friends with me for a minute on social media, in person, what have you. But I just want to reintroduce myself. My name is Crystal, and I want to tell you all the things I am not. I am not a doctor. I'm not a licensed medical provider. This information is for educational and informational purposes only. Always, and I mean always, consult your healthcare professional before making significant changes to your diet or lifestyle. Even if that's you going and talking to the Lord. Results and experiences shared are not guaranteed and may vary from person to person. Use this material at your own risk. So, why are you here? That is a great question. One, let me just share why I am here. I had a vision to empower and support women to becoming the best version of themselves, evolving and elevating into the woman that God created them to be. 2 years ago, I decided to study a little bit more about fasting. I started to get a little bit deeper and back to my spiritual fasting. Then I just wanted to learn a little bit more when it came to this quote unquote intermittent fasting. So as I started studying it, I've learned a lot and I was in awe. But why I'm here with you, how did fasting for her come about? As I was going through watching all the videos, reading all the books, my mom is my sidekick. She pretty much do whatever it is that I do. And as we were going through, my mom called me one day and she was like, Yo, Chris, my numbers normalized. So my mom had high blood pressure. Now, even though I heard all the amazing things that fasting could do, people were reversing their diabetes, people were going from stage 3 and 4 cancer to not having to curing their cancer per se. And it's like you hear it, but when you have someone that's close to you, it's like, whoa. Like, it's not that I didn't believe it was real before that it couldn't work, but when your mom actually reaches out and say, girl, my numbers have normalized just through fasting, I'm like, wow, there's so many people that don't know about this information because I didn't know. I was an intermittent faster. I fast for 16 hours and I would eat whatever I wanted when it was time to break my fast. And it's just really something that God put in my heart to do. I always love, again, I love to see everybody winning. So I'm using this as a platform to bring us together and we get to evolve. With that being said, let's talk about who I am, though. I am super strong. I am unique. I'm kind. I'm smart. I'm a leader and I'm confident. I am your certified fasting and transformation coach. I'm a personal trainer. I'm trained in women's health, hormones, and fasting protocols. I'm super passionate about guiding and supporting women to thrive. Committed to sharing up to date practical wellness strategies, and I'm dedicated to creating a positive, encouraging community for growth focused on educating and empowering women to make confident health choices. I love seeing others win. Ladies, I'm going to tell you right now, I am that girl that believes that there's enough room at the top for all of us. And my prayer is that everybody that is attached to me is going to be a winner. I don't want anybody losing, regardless of our situations. And I said, none of us. I mean, none of us. And I am from the bottom of my heart, I'm super grateful for your yes and taking your time out to hop on this call. Now, more importantly, now that we got to meet the coach, let's meet the sisters. I want you to know who you are and what you are capable of accomplishing. And please, ladies, know your worth. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are ready. You got this. You are smart. You are the best. You are doing great. You are loved. And no matter what anybody tell you, know that little steps matter. My mantra and my goal, my mantra and my saying, if you will, is just be committed to becoming 1% better every day and you will get there. Rome wasn't built overnight. Is fasting a challenge? For some of us, it's going to be. There's going to be some days where you're going to knock it out the box, and there's going to be some days where you're not going to feel as great. But just know, if you wake up and you look yourself in the mirror, after empowering yourself, make a commitment that today I'm just going to be 1% better than I was yesterday. All right. So, what is fasting? Fasting is just time restricted eating. Fasting is simply giving your body a break from eating for a set amount of time. Think of it as a reset button for your health. Time for a break. Don't know about you, but I know me. I used to wake up and get at it. I would eat from the time I woke up until it was time for me to go back to bed. And why do people fast? Why? Some of y'all might be saying, why in the world did I fill that form out and tell this lady that I was going to fast for 72 hours? Well, people fast for different reasons. Some for health and healing, some for weight management, some for mental clarity, some for detox and reset, others for spiritual and religious practices, some for longevity and anti aging, and then some for self discipline. But since we are ladies, listen, why do we fast? And let me just tell y'all, we are built different. When God made us, He broke the mold. There's only one crystal, there's only one. We get to really walk in all of that, even with the ups and the downs, the highs, the lows, the hot flashes, and all the things. Just know that we are built different. So we fast for hormone balance, supporting progesterone, estrogen, and insulin sensitivity, perimenopause and menopause support, easing symptoms like hot flashes, mood swings, and weight gain, metabolic flexibility. And this is one of my favorite ones, when we're able to take our body from going from sugar burning to fat burning, reducing belly fat, tackling stubborn midsection weight linked to hormonal shifts, boosting energy, steady energy without sugar crashes, improving skin and gut health, clearer complexion, and calmer digestion. Increasing fertility awareness, syncing fasting with menstrual phases for hormone harmony, managing PCOS or insulin resistance, helping regulate cycles and blood sugar. And I can attest to this. So my little sister, she's 7 years younger than me. We had a baby at the age of 40. I said we because my niece is our baby. But my sister was challenged with PCOS for a long time, and she incorporated fasting, and next thing you know, girlfriend was pregnant. It worked, y'all. It really worked. An emotional reset, breaking stress eating patterns, feeling empowered around food. And you'll hear, we'll get into this later, but whenever I have a project or something to work on, when I tell you, if you just like go on a fast for about 36 hours, lock into whatever the project is, your mental clarity, your thinking, everything increases. And then faith and fasting, I love this one too. Many women fast to combine spiritual growth with physical renewal. Now, fasting for women is not one size fit all. It's a little different than for men than it is for us ladies. And remember, in this journey is you versus you. Stop looking at your neighbor, stop looking left and right, and on this journey especially, because we are going to get into some really good fasting strategies and protocols. And you may look at your neighbor and be like, well, I fasted for 3 days and I lost a pound and she lost 10 pounds. Like, really, what we should be doing is looking left and right and celebrating our sisters, and then really locking in on how we feel, because you may not see it in the scale immediately. But how do you feel? How's your energy? How's your sleep? Are you sleeping better? How's your thinking? Do you have is your mental clarity like a little bit clearer? So, our goal is to heal ourselves from the inside out. And I promise you, if you have goals to lose weight, the weight will fall off. As women, especially over 40, our bodies are unique. Hormones change, and fasting can be a gentle tool to support our bodies at each stage of life. Speaking of stages, let's talk about these phases of a woman's life. Whew. All right. Where are you at, ladies? Are you one, two, three, or four? So, number one, the menstrual phase. This is the time of the month bleeding. This when a lady or woman is still have her menstrual. It marks the beginning of a woman's cycle and usually lasts 3 to 7 days. Hormones like estrogen and progesterone are at their lowest at this point. And there's actually a certain protocol when you are from the first day of your bleed to the day 10, 11, there's a certain number of hours you should be fasting to support those hormones. Perimenopause, the transition years leading up to menopause, often beginning in the late 30s and 40s. And I've heard even some 20 years olds are experiencing this. Periods may become irregular and hormone levels, estrogen and progesterone fluctuate, causing symptoms like hot flashes, mood swings, and sleep changes. And then number three, we have menopausal phase. Menopause is officially reached when a woman has gone from 12 consecutive months without a period. And I mean not a drop. So if you seen a drop yesterday, it might have been 10 months and you seen a drop, your time start over, ladies. Estrogen and progesterone are much lower and symptoms like night sweats or weight gain may appear. And then you have your postmenopausal phase. The years after menopause, periods have ended and hormone levels remain consistently low. The focus here is on maintaining bone health, heart health, and supporting your metabolism. And we can conquer and control a lot of this through fasting. Now, there's a difference between a water fast and a liquid fast. And y'all probably like, girl, what's the difference? I get this question often. We're doing a 3-day immune reset. What can I have to drink? Water, 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 water. I did not go deep into the electrolytes or the bone broth or anything. For this particular 72-hour fast, I wanted to just see how we could just stick to having water. It's possible, ladies. So, water fast is just water, no other liquids that contain sugars or calories. A liquid fast might include juices or broths, which still have sugars. And what that simply means is as you are consuming, even if it's cold pressed fresh juice, which I love, you drink it, is going to elevate your glucose levels. And you'll see in a second what that cycle look like. So a water fast gives your body a deeper reset. Also, what happens during a fast? I know y'all probably like, what in the world? I'm going on 24 hours. My body's probably saying all these different things to me. But when we fast, we allow our bodies to rest from constant digestion, reduce inflammation, and support our immune system. Hence, the name immunity reset, which is what we are in. And if you look at the little chart on the side here, 0 to 4 hours is our fed state, right? 12 within 12 hours in, your glycogen is being used up. Hours 16 to 24, fat burning, and we should see some ketones. And then hours 24 to 48, or let's just say all the way up to 72, you should be in experiencing what we call autophagy. And sometimes you can feel it. Your cells repairing themselves and cleaning themselves out. So here's another example for you. And I have these terms here because when I first started, I was hearing all these terms and Crystal didn't understand not near one of them. Not to the degree in which I understand them now. So I thought this would be helpful for you. Maybe take a screenshot and literally hang this up and read this over and look at this flow as you move forward and you make fasting part of your lifestyle, these are the different tools that you'll be able to pull out and say, you know what? I want to get into ketosis. I'm going to fast for this many hours. Or, you know what? Autophagy is my intention and my goal for this fast. So, glucose. Glucose is the main type of sugar in your blood. It's your body's quickest source of energy, especially after eating. Insulin, a hormone made by the pancreas that help move glucose, which is sugar. When you hear me say sugar or glucose, I'm talking about the same thing, from your blood into your cells for energy and storage. Now, I ask the question sometimes or often, do you know if you are insulin sensitive or if you are insulin resistant? So you see how insulin is a hormone that is made by the pancreas that help move the glucose. So when we eat, the insulin go grab the glucose or sugar from your food and it carry it to your cell. When it take it to your cells, if your cells do not open up to absorb the glucose, that means you are insulin resistant. So what's going to happen is at the cell's door, it's like, hello, here you go, I got your sugar for you. And because you are insulin resistant, your doors are not going to open. So now what your insulin have to do is it has to take that glucose and store it in other parts of your body. Now this is where the excess weight come in at when we talk about dementia. So if you didn't know, dementia is diabetes of the brain. Okay. And my goal is, yes, I still want to see my 4.5 abs, but I'm like, you know what? If the Lord allowed me to see 80, 90, or 100, I'd rather have mental clarity than be walking around with 4.5 abs. So now I'm really paying attention to healing my insides. And when we do that, ladies, it's naturally going to just fix some things on the outside. And then we have a ketone. Ketone is a fuel your body makes when it breaks down fat. Ketones power your brain and body when glucose is low. Ketosis, a natural state where your body shifts from using glucose for energy to relying on fat and ketones as its main fuel. And then we have autophagy, which is the body's cellular cleanup system. So you heard me say, what is your intention for your fast? Is your intention to get into ketosis, or are you fasting for autophagy? By us doing this 3-day water fast, autophagy, our cells should be cleaning themselves out. It's a system where old or damaged cells are broken down and recycled to support repair and renew. And here again, on the right hand side, you can see what's happening between hour 0 to 4. 0 meaning I just took my last bite, had my last sip. So this is still our fed state. This is where glucose, our blood sugar, rises from our meal and give us quick energy. The insulin, the hormone release to move glucose into your cells or store it as glycogen. Between hours 4 to 12, glycogen, the body taps into stored glucose in the liver and muscles for energy. And then hours 12 to 24, which is where we are now, we should be in our burning stage for the most part. This is where we see ketones. Fat begins breaking down into ketones to fuel your brain and body, which bring us into ketosis. Your body officially shifts to using fat and ketones as the main fuel source. And at 24 hours plus, y'all, we are in deep healing, deep cell repair. We're in autophagy. Cell begins cleaning out old or damaged parts, supporting repair and renewal. And the question is, or I say, my question is, well, what can I have during my fasting window? I want you to remember what you consume during your fasting window, regardless if we're doing an autophagy fast or, as I said before, we just got finished doing the carnivore fast. It really just depends on your intention and your goal. That is going to determine what you should be eating. And we'll dive deeper into those options together so you can choose what worked best for your body and for your goals. All right, which brings me to my last point. So again, I'm so grateful for you ladies being here, even for what you learned from this 3-day water experience or immune reset experience. If you take these basic principles and apply them now until, you're going to be so much better off. We'll talk about the high inflammatory oils that we definitely got to stop consuming, the super highly processed foods that we used to have 24/7. I know I did. I could talk about Crystal all day. But here we have our fasting community. So it's an invitation. I coached women for 90 days. I'll be 50 this year, and that was part of my giveaway. So this is the end of that 90 days where we are doing this 72-hour fast or immunity reset together. And I invited other women to join us. We are opening up our doors on October 1st to the official Fasting for Her community. And I would love for you ladies to come and try it out, even if you just step in for a month. But this is going to be a safe place, right? You're going to learn how to fast in alignment with your hormones, gain nutrition and lifestyle tips tailored for women 40 and over. It doesn't mean if you're under the sound of my voice and you're 30, you cannot join us. You can, you could be in your 20s. If you have a menstrual, you could be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, or 80. Because I'm seasoned and going into my 50s, I'm just looking to round up, my ladies that are 40 and over to uh, come along with me on this journey. Strengthen your fitness with workouts, challenges, and accountability. So we will have monthly challenges, and your girl loves to work out, so we're definitely going to put on some muscle. I'm going to do my level best to help you stay motivated with daily encouragement and group support. And then grow spiritually through a faith based centered approach to total transformation. So that's just going to open up a door for other things. I love just getting together with women, empowering one another, and God is definitely the center of everything that I do. I have this thing now. I'm like, if God is not a part of it, I don't even call me. That's just where I'm at right now. And this is a completely judgment free zone. Here, fasting is a pathway to clarity, healing, and strength. As your community leader and coach, I will guide you with fasting strategies, fitness support, and faith driven inspiration while the community becomes your source of strength, encouragement, and accountability. You don't have to do this alone. You have definitely found your tribe. And you might be one of those people that's like, you know what? I don't like to be around people. It'll be through an app where you can go online to access all the information. But there's some of you that's like, Crystal, I just want to work with you one on one. You can do that as well. You can fill out the form. We'll do a 15-minute consultation. Make sure that we're a good fit for one another, and then we can all run on and be great. So I'm excited about this. Just something that, again, God put on my heart to do, and I'm excited to see how we are all going to evolve and elevate and just become amazing. So thank you so much for hopping on. I will see you all tomorrow. If you have any questions, please do not fail to send it over to me. Have the most amazing night ever, and I'll talk to you soon.